Hello, my name is Joey Corpman, and today we're going to be talking about technology and how it's been fucking society over faster than a jackrabbit on steroids. Okay, maybe that's a bit much. Seems like society actually likes technology and all the positive polys that come along with technology. Like the fact that it seems like the increase in computer technology has benefited our life expectancy rates. Of course, there are other factors that are and should be calculated into our life expectancy rates, but undoubtedly computers have had a huge contribution to these rates. Technology has also helped us breed a whole new level of communication, which has increased our overall productivity. With the rise of smartphones over the past few years, over 55% of Americans own one, which means we can be reached anywhere at any time. Hell, most social interaction is done through our phones. Why even bother moving off the couch to do things like seeing what my friends are doing, going to a movie, checking the news, or try dating a girl when I can do all of that in the palm of my hands? Lazy? No. Fucking smart. So fucking smart that I can dodge awkward situations by just staring at my cell phone, checking Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook 1,000 times, pretending like I'm doing something even remotely important. So fucking smart that Amazon is developing drones to deliver to our door in less than 30 minutes. Because waiting is for Amish people. And of course, with the ease of communication via the internet or cell phones, it has helped us become a much more globalized society, where I can yell at Dell customer support in India because I downloaded too much goat porn and my computer blew up from the comfort of my own McDonald's or Starbucks. And the result is a much more connected world where we can see almost anything happening around the world at any given time, and then proceed to annoy the shit out of each other about it on Facebook. But again, this technology, like computers and the internet, have helped our overall productivity as workers. In between the years of 1947 and 1973, the U.S. output per worker chugged along at an annual growth of 2.7% per year. And then, in 1973, it nosedived because the damn hippies started to grow up, and our rate abruptly deteriorated to a 1.4%. I still blame the hippies, but that's alright, because in 1995 to 2004, our output per worker grew to a 2.9%, making us hard in the paint. But of course, at this point, we already had crappy flip cell phones, Blackberries, email, AIM, laptops, and even old tablets, so it made it much easier for us to communicate so we could be much more productive. Not surprisingly, the millennials or Generation Y, which is most of us, are considered to be more tech-savvy in the workplace, but our revenue generation and cost-effectiveness is way lower than older generations, which, according to BusinessInsider.com, they say that 49% of people still think that cash is considered the most important perk across all generations. So what, we may not be the most efficient in things that matter to business, but at least I can post hilarious memes and get more likes on my sexy pic on Facebook than any CEO can even imagine. Millennials are also considered to be less racist since they have a decline in prejudice based on race, gender, and sexual orientation and have more focus on individualism, which is perhaps because our generation is so used to seeing what's going on globally, we tend not to judge as harshly. Unless, of course, we actually get online, in which case we go ham on trolling people. Over half of adolescents and teens have been bullied online, and about the same number have engaged in cyberbullying. More than 1 in 3 young people have experienced cyber threats online, and over half of the young people do not tell their parents when cyberbullying occurs. And over 25% of adolescents and teens have been bullied repeatedly through their cell phones or the internet, which I mean, since most of us have access to the internet via cell phone, this shouldn't come as too much of a shock. I mean, when we get in fights over whose console is better or if Android is better than the iPhone, things get heated and passionate very quickly. Because if you don't think the Wii is the best console on the market, well then you, my friend, are getting verbally assaulted. Perhaps we feel the need to defend our opinions so heavily because a conspicuous consumption is in our blood and technology helps fuel it. Like, do I really need to upgrade my iPhone 5 to the iPhone 5S because it can scan my finger so I don't have to type in a password? Or hey, here's an idea, Apple, to make a remember password button so I don't have to keep typing it in, you dicks. Or how about for some reason Call of Duty has been the highest selling video game of all time prior to the release of GTA 5, and Call of Duty looks almost the same every fucking year, except there's going to be extra gray, or a little darker black. Yet we keep buying them because Modern Warfare 2 can't be fun anymore when Modern Warfare 3 is out, and we insist on keeping our social image up by keeping up to date with all the cool and hip stuff. But hey, with the good comes the bad, like the fact that whether we like it or not, the government and other tech giants are eye-fucking us harder than a homosexual across the bar. Google just comes out and says we shouldn't expect any privacy if we ever put any information on the web, and Microsoft just likes to open up their back doors for government agencies like the NSA, who we have also learned like to snoop all over our records with things like X keystroke, which they said didn't exist, and then they said it did exist, but it doesn't do what Edward Snowden says, and you know what, whatever, we don't even care anymore because Obama told us he isn't reading our emails, and our generation has a very general disinterest in political values, and the generations that do care can't even drive in a straight line, let alone understand the privacy breaches through technology. Of course, hopefully, eventually, we will see laws that defend our digital rights and our personal information soon, but I wouldn't really count on it because it seems like companies are definitely making way too much money off this.